show is a little bit silly and a little bit pretentious, like Shakespeare's Willie or Stephen Hawking wearing a strap-on. It's also a little bit gay and a little bit offensive, like Thanksgiving Day or Stephen Hawking wearing a So put your cell phones to vibrate and put your vibrators to cell phone mode. So welcome to my show. It goes a little bit like this joke. Exactly, welcome to my show. It goes a little bit like this, with a rabbit in business, a whip around the wrist, a rabbit a kiss, like Percy's rabbit a kiss. Shit, I got a show that'll test your kids, and it asks one question, and the question is, what's funny? 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 Funny, what's funny? 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 Funny. Oh yeah. Humor is often linked to shared experience. Like a guy gets up and says, "You notice that public restrooms are really inefficient hand dryers?" Oh my God. Yes, I have. Really good point. They should fix that. It's good to know that somebody finally gets me. My wife divorced me, which subconsciously forced me to lose all sense of self. So it's nice to think about hand dryers and not that cheating whore. Because stand-up comedy is actually pretty easy. Yeah, if you're an Asian comic, just get up and say, "My mother's got the weirdest fucking accent." Then just do a Chinese accent, because everybody laughs at the Chinese accent, because they privately thought that your people were laughable, and now you'll give them the chance to express that in public. Oh yeah, if you're a musical comic, just give them a little weird voice inflection, then take a Viagra and slap them with a rock hard misdirection. Tourette's! What's funny, funny? Oh, when the audience says, "When I was a baby, maybe I laughed at people jiggling keys." Now I'm older and just get mad because I notice that the keys are to a Hummer. Fuck my life, fuck my wife, and fuck my life. And my son is gay, but not sitcom gay. Daughter's a whore like another girl that used to be her mother, but the marriage made her Miss Mary Americana. I want a team, but that's screaming prima donna. But the radical feminists made my wife a man. And I can't happy the situation will be autoerotic asphyxiation. I hate my life and it hates me back. And my friend is black, but I don't know what to call him, so I just call him. What up, Jamal? Even though his name is Steve. I'm slowly slipping into a solid cystic coma, and I masturbate because I'm the only one whose standards are low enough to fuck me.
Oh, Jesus.
What's funny? What's funny? What's funny? What's funny? What's funny? What's funny? Funny, but funny. It's a boy. What's funny? 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 Funny, yeah. Hopefully this. Thank you so much. My ex-girlfriend had a really weird fetish. She used to like to dress up as herself and then act like a fucking bitch all the time. Anyway. Men and women. This song is called Men and Women. Men are like vows, because they are easily broken. Women are like cows, because they both have vaginas. Men are like muzzles, oh, because they try to shut you up, oh yeah. Women are like puzzles,
'cause prior to 1920, neither had the right to vote. Puzzles still don't. A man is an eagle, a woman is a dove. Women can fake orgasms, but men can fake love. Women are like fingers and toes, because they're easy to count on. Cute. Men are like ravens and crows, because they hate using condoms. Women are like Yahtzees, because I rarely get them. Men are like Nazis, because they both caused the Holocaust. For every dollar that a man makes, a woman makes 70 cents. That doesn't make sense. That's not fair. The man's only left with 30. Lighting girl, I see what you're trying to do, but this is my fucking show. Oh, it's blue and pink, the traditional colors of the genders. I'm gonna hire her for my son's laser show. A spot will be fine. I don't know why I'm being so mean to you. When in Oregon. Guys, you're only in Oregon once, right? Trust me, you're only in Oregon. Fucking. Doorman, it's all right. Thank you, though. Doorman, give it up for Doorman. Give it up for... Men and women, it's black and white with an area of gray for hermaphrodite. Well, male strippers always look like they're applying lotion, and female strippers, when they're dancing on the pole, just look like confused firemen. I consider my shows to be comedy shows as much as one-man shows, you know. I'm doing one-man shows since 1998 was my first one-man show, and I did a show about Jews in Nazi Germany, and it was called Under the Floorboards. I'll do a little scene from that right now. Hey, shh. And then in 99, in 99, I did a show called The Catholic Orgasm, and I'll do a scene from that. And then in 2000, I did a show called Bulldog Man, and if you just let me get into character. In 2001, I did John Steinbeck's The Grapes of Wrath, except I adapted it into a story about an intergalactic sexual predator called The Rapes of Grath. I did a dark piece the next year, a very dark piece. It was called The Heroin Diaries, and I'll do a scene from that. April 28th, 1920. Today I, Amelia Earhart, became the first woman to fly across the Atlantic. And then I did a bunch of heroin. And the next year was that 2005, I did a show called The Native American and the Magic Show, and I'll do a scene from that. How? dog's stomach was very upset, so I put him in the car and we went to the vet. And on our way to the vet, I killed a cat. Isn't that ironic? I adopted a child from overseas to rescue him from child labor factories. And on his very first birthday, we went to build a bear workshop. Isn't that IRONICINORIRONIC? Water park gets burned to the ground and a tow truck is broken down. I always used to cry when I laughed, and then I was raped by a clown. Isn't that ironic? I was watching Oprah, she started to cry. She said, men never listen, they objectify. And somehow I got turned on, started to masturbate. I dated an animal rights activist, and one day she got really pissed because I was eating veal that was wrapped in pita bread. I said, isn't that IRONICINORIRONIC? Ancient Greece was the place where the smartest dudes were at, and now the only place where you see Greek letters is at a fucking frat. Ironic, IRONIC. Ooh, Bob Barker got all of my pets pregnant. I'm a stand-up comic and I always sit and slouch, and I got my girlfriend pregnant on my sterile uncle's pull-out couch. Hey! Ironic, IRONIC. My grandfather had Alzheimer's, and one day we were... Oh, shit.
I'm a feminine M&M, a slim shady lady, but nice cause I texted 80, 90 lady cops the road and I'm arrested for doing 80. Like Hamlet, all about words, divide a hole into thirds. I'm a gay sea otter, I blow other dudes out of the water. I'm the man, muffin, diamond muffin, cold and fly like an Arctic puffin, waggity bagging, ain't another rapper like I'm hell give a tagging. I've been rocking this mic before electricity, way back in 1000 BCE. That's before the common era. I can't be stopped. I'm so sick that it shouldn't be mopped up. Chick's got a Dixie cup. I got a dick full of helium. I'll fuck you up. A boy, a girl, a middle-aged bitch. Botox in the third person. I get the respect of a description. Botox in the third person. Oh, just relax. If you wanna know me, here's two facts. I ain't catching Morris's and I'm a hypocrite. This fucking mic stand is definitely moving. Sorry, I have irritable bowel syndrome. I can't control my stools. Oh, shit! I do that every show. It's planned. It's gonna seem like an impossible request. Can you make the lights even gayer? But a girl named Mixie, yeah, what? I had sex with her all day, but she was dyslexic, so I ended up doing the YMCA. We ballin' Asian, we bowling, prostate cancer, semicolon, climb that hole like I'm Stephen Hawking, Atticus Finch, killing, mocking, cry like a child would. You rape my childhood, just roll in your Poland to roly-poly, only's going. To relax my mind and take a walk by the clock and I pass the time in. Rhyming, mathematical timing, syntax impacts the intact timing. I'm an internet provider, came from the web like a horny spider. Fucked a girl in an apple orchard and came inside her. I thought AIDS was a motherfucker like conjunctivitis. I spit gold bars cause I was molested by my Uncle Midas. Gay dads, blow pops, another sucker. And the bits from the first motherfucker. I hate catchy USA, Jose, we're not talking to USA. We got a border in order to keep you out until my NYU essays about this where xenophobic warrior princess molested by my Uncle Sam. Is that incest? I want you to smell my finger. Does my nephew sex still linger? Sound the queers north to hell. Queer ones stop and the brown ones smell. We guard the border and we guard it well, but some slip through the cracks of the Liberty Bell. Did I say liberty? I meant taco, Paco. Yeah, better let that rock go, cause in real life Goliath wins. Cells of the silk and the wheel spins, yeah. One more time, fire, I hate catchy, glorious sins, and I'm a hypocrite. I hate catchy, glorious sins, and I'm a hypocrite. Break it down. Bitches and hoes, boys, hoes. Oh, bitches and hoes, yeah. Say the bitches, hoes. Bitches and hoes don't exist because the hoes know boys are feminists. Bitches and hoes don't exist because the hoes know boys are feminists. Take off your bras and burn up. You can let me burn up. Take off your bras and burn up. Oh, you can let me burn up. Say take off your bras and burn up. You can let me burn up. Take off your bras and burn up. Oh, you can let me burn up, burn up.
People come to me, they say, Bo, you're an artist. How do we fix Africa? I read the other day that 22 million people are living with HIV/AIDS in sub-Saharan Africa. Yeah, it was a Snapple fact. How do we fix it? Easy. Us. Comedians, because laughter is the best medicine, right, Doorman? Other than medicine, What is art? That's a good question. What is art? Is art something gay people do to get back at their fathers? Could be. What is an artist? That's a better question. What's an artist? What makes a great artist, Great artists like me, like the great director Michael Bay, like the great Irish actor Shaquille O'Neal. I think we need to take a little bit of a break from the jokes, break from the comedy, sort of meditate a little, and then that'll get us all geared up for the second half. So I've written some haikus. Thank you. Haikus are Japanese poems. Japanese poems consisting of 17 syllables, 3 lines, 5, 7, 5, and I find them to be very philosophical just in like the way they're constructed. There's a certain soundness and simplicity, a clearness and cogency, if you will. So if you'll just indulge me for a little while, I'd like to read these haikus. Thank you. I saw a rainbow on the day my grandma died. Fucking lesbian. For 15 cents a day, you can feed an African. They eat pennies. Old people's skin sags because it is being pulled towards the underworld. One fish, two fish. Red fish, blue fish. I think Dr. Seuss was autistic. A kid insulted my mother, so I said, "Your mama is so black." Do unto others as you would have them do to you, said the rapist. My aunt used to say, slow and steady wins the race. She died in a fire. Even if he is your friend, never ever call an Asian person And finally, Bono. If you want to help poor people, sell your tinted shades, you cunt. It's called fucking Shakespeare. I saw the morning dew betwixt thine thighs as I moved my source of Grecian power, as if King Midas dared to touch the skies, upon thy body fell a golden shower. Thy body's temples 2 church bells had rung, upon thy chest a row of pearls bestowed. The sun had set, thy set with weary hung. I thought, how black a night and blue a load. I said, what light through yonder beaver breaks? It is the yeast. And now my belly's yellow. My pole gives cause to storms and earthy quakes, but 'tis not massive, I am no Othello. And when that final moment came to pass, like Christ I came, a-riding on an ass. Thank you very much. William Shakespeare was a verbal cunt. Ortionist, he could bend his words the way a contortionist bends his frame, and I'm hoping that he could with a name like William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare, some of you seem lost. Look, say your name was Robert Frost and you couldn't write, that would suck. Well, I guess you could always go as Bobby Frost and run an ice cream truck. He was balanced like a simile and could stack metaphor 5, 6 at a time and rhyme into the very last line of a soliloquy, which finally said outright what the previous 77 were only hinting at. He had puns and quips and tons of trips of sons with ships, with nuns, with hips and buns and lips, but I have something that Shakespeare never had. Penicillin. See, it hadn't been invented yet. Back then they only had quillicillin. I fucking hate myself. See, there's jokes, there's bits like that that aren't done that I'm working on. And they never go well. And there's bits like this joke that I just can't let go of, and it goes like this. I was so bad at grammar as a kid that I got trapped at the bottom of a good. Motherfucker! Sorry, I have irritable bowel syndrome. I can't control my stools. I remember back. Wow, that was good. Did he make that up the first time? Whoever the sound guy is, hit the track. Thank you. All the seats at the Sunday masses filled with the masses, massive asses, classes, but pass as fast as molasses. Ceremonial reading glasses, read a little bit of Leviticus. All the kids are a little too little for this. All the parents nod in agreement. I think I can vaguely see what he meant. It's too early in the morning glory to read another allegory story. The father reads a little bit farther, assuring the assured that they need not bother. When God, in verse 45, said that slaves are okay to buy, he meant that people all from the start each have slaves within their hearts, things that we have sold or bought and are forced to pick our moral cotton. God calls us to set these free our hearts from slavery. And then as God goes on to explain the logistics of buying and selling slaves. It's fucking around. In the back, I sit and I nod to the beats that are bumping from my iPod. My God, they're starting to pray. And over the music, I can hear them say, Dear God, dear Lord, dear vague muscular man with a beard or a sword, dear good all-seeing being, my way or the highway, Yahweh, the blue-balled anti-masturbator, the great all-loving faggot hater. I'd like to thank your holy might for making me both rich and white, and though this is your day of rest, I come to you with one request. There's so much pain beyond this steeple. Wars and drugs and homeless people. Sadness where there should be joy. Hate and rape and soldier boy. A world in darkness needs your light, so I'm sure your schedule is pretty tight. But my dog just had surgery, if you could fix that first. Deborah, Messing's fingers in a holy place. Hail Mary, full of grace. Obama, could you pass some hope to the Pope and to a couple dudes who want to elope? See, the church said no, so the bros can't cope. The bros can grow, but the bros can't cope. They've been in love and they've been addicted. Who said they shouldn't? Benedicted. Because in the holy land of the Lord, he's the holy landlord, and dicks are evicted. Because you can be a Benedict if you've been a dick under Benedict, but you Can't have Benedicts because there's only one pope with only one dick. What? Yeah, a dick on a pope is just like a soap on a rope because it's pointless unless in prison. Throw up your Bibles, Christ is risen. Hallelujah, now it's raining men because the gender ratio's 1 to 10. Winos at the Eucharist station, transgendered substantiation. Jesus wasn't the Messiah, get back, I'm a heretic and I'm on fire. It was Oedipus, those holy nights, the holy motherfucking Christ. I'm a blasphemer, post-Katrina, cruise in the marina, on a crusade to crusades and blasphemer. You're too late, we're fucked, we don't need you. I find numbers to be fascinating, and more specifically the numbers, I find statistics to be particularly enlightening. And I've gathered some here. I don't want these to blow your mind or anything, but you can check these all when you leave. They're 100% true, and I don't want them to change your life, but maybe you'll leave this theater thinking, huh, never thought of that. So these are my statistics. Approximately 33.33% of the Jonas Brothers have diabetes. One out of every 4 kids with the initials ADD actually has it, and 4 out of 4 kids with the initials ADHD have an annoying self-righteous mother who wouldn't just shut the fuck up and take her husband's last names. Here's a fun one. 1 out of every 44 US presidents can dunk. Fucking Millard Fillmore, you fucking racist. The average child of Sarah Palin has 46.2 chromosomes. So. There's a line, I guess. 20% of the Jackson 5. Too soon. The average penis... That's the joke, you fucking idiot. Do it, it's fine, it's been 5 months. The average penis length is 5.5 inches, and finally, the average penis length, a man who Googles average penis length is 3.5 inches. Art is dead, art is dead, art is dead. Entertainers like to seem complicated, but we're not complicated. I can explain it pretty easily. Have you ever been to a birthday party for children? One of the children won't stop screaming, cause he's just a little attention attractor. When he grows up to be a comic or actor, he'll be rewarded for never maturing, for never understanding or learning that every psychotic, I must be demented to think that I'm worthy of all this attention, all of this money you worked really hard for. I slept in late while you worked at the drugstore. My drug's attention, I am an addict, but I get paid to indulge in my habit. It's all an illusion. I'm wearing makeup, no I'm not, you can see my acne. Art is dead, so people think you're funny. How do we get those people's money? Said art is dead, we're rolling in dough while Carlin rolls in his grave, his grave, his grave. The show has got a budget, the show has got a budget. All the poor people way more deserving of the money, more budget, cause I wanted my name in lights when I could have been a family of 4 for 40 fucking fortnights, 40 fucking fortnights. I am an artist, please God forgive me. I am an artist, please don't revere me. I am an artist, please don't respect me. I am an artist, feel free to correct me. A self-centered artist, self-obsessed artist, hypocritical artist. I am an artist, but I'm just a kid. I'm just a kid. Maybe I'll grow out of it. I'm not a traditional stand-up comic, but I'm working on becoming one, and I've watched a lot of the more popular stand-up comedians, and I think I've sort of developed what is essentially a good stand-up act. And it's sort of in its infancy, but if you just let me try it out for you. So my wife, right? We don't see eye to eye on anything because we're different gender. And also, she can't drive. The only thing she can drive is me crazy, and when she back talks, I hit her.
I feel like hip-hop used to be a voice for the voiceless, you know? And now it's become, at least in the mainstream, a symbol of misogyny, gay panic, fiscal irresponsibility, you know? So I figure, if you can't beat them, join them. In the club up VIP, I got a fake mustache and a fake ID. I look like Wooly Willy with a really woolly willy. And I bypass the bouncer, pass by an ex and I flex and bouncer. Wowzer, look at all of Bo's hoes, looking for a ride on Bo's hoes. And I spot a little Latino, booty so big, call it Oprah's ego. We go do it, through it, she says Dios mia, mi amigo. Pull it out, stick it in your mouth and I bust in the back of ya. Swallow, bitch, there's people starving in Africa. Single every single day, do it every single way, make the single lady say, oh, Bo, and if I were gay, though I swear I'm straight, I'd make the fella say, oh, Bo, yeah, oh, Bo, yeah. You're an ice cream sundae with a cherry on top, but careful cherry, cause I'm the king of pop, 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 pop goes my weasel, have you looking like Jackson Pollock's easel. My suggestion is you don't blow till you know what congestion is. Swallow when you know what digestion is. Follow, Bo. The only question is, have you been splattered before by the Mad Hatter, Matador? Cake batter, nevermore. It don't matter whether you're Spanish, French, Swedish, or Cambodian. I'll slime you so hard you could be a Nickelodeon. Single every single day, do it every single way, make the single lady say, oh, Bo, and if I were gay, though I swear I'm straight, I'd make the fella say, oh, Bo, oh, Bo, yeah, oh, Bo, oh, Bo. You think that you can handle me, girl, don't make me laugh. My joke is bipolar, it'll split you in half. I said it, and if you're lucky, I might just bring you home, and I'll have you going down like you're growing an extra chromosome. And when you love me, don't grab me by my buns, cause I got a bad case of the runs. I got the runs, I got the runs. Single every single day, do it every single way, make a single lady say, oh, Bo, and if I were, oh, so that I were, and if I were, I'm gonna break it down for y'all. I came from the streets with nothing. Now I'm making hit records. And for those of you still in the streets, still in poverty, I want to tell you I'm doing this for you. My success is your success. And I know you may be thinking, hey, if you really believe that, why don't you use some of your money to help rebuild the neighborhood instead of putting spinning rims on a gold jet ski? And to that I say, oh, of course it's coming up. Single every single day, do it every single way, make a single lady say, oh, Bo, and if I were, oh, so that I were, hey, and if I were, you got a fume like a tuna, I'll smell you later. I met a fat chick and I fucked her in an elevator. It was wrong on so many levels. Wrong on so many levels. It was wrong on so many levels. I said, oh, it was wrong on. It was wrong on. Thank you. Good night.